To Joe's Astrology, and this is the birth chart for Dr. Oz. And there's no birth time here, so this is not his rising. He's a sun in Gemini, moon in Capricorn. And before I get into that, I want to look at the most important thing in this chart as it relates to what or who most people see him as the doctor. Not only that, but the celebrity doctor. And there it is, Jupiter at 29 degrees. And I've seen Jupiter 29 degrees in many charts, and they're most, just about every one, the person is some kind of a teacher, a counselor, someone who would be somewhat like a doctor. And Dr. Oz is definitely a teacher. And you can see it's in Sagittarius and the sign that it rules. It's also retrograde, indicating that this is something that could be that he's redoing in this life. And it's in the third decan of Sagittarius. We come down here to the third sign, the Leo. And Leo is the sign of performing and creativity, being on stage, and he's definitely a stage acting doctor. And we see Uranus there as well, making a trine to that Jupiter. So this could be a doctor who's different from most. I don't know that much about him, but from the little bit that I do know, he could be considered slightly an alternative or open to alternative medicine or alternative ways of thinking. He also has a grand trine in fire with that Mars. They're making a trine to Jupiter as well, and that's really showing how ambitious this man is. And we can see that, which later we'll get into. I can get into that as well. But back to this sun, the sun in Gemini, and it's conjunct Venus. He is a personality. He is someone to be liked, television personality. We see that there with Venus. We think of television being associated with Gemini or Aquarius as well, Mercury, Uranus. It is a form of technology, a form of communication. And that Venus is also making a exact sextile, 60 degrees, 17 degrees there, Uranus, which as I was referring to, the planet of technology and advanced communications. And there it is, making a 60-degree angle to that Sun and Venus, which is going to give him this ability and opportunities to do these things. And we can see this moon is in a full phase. He was born under a full moon, and that can show in this life that what he's doing, it's coming to life in the present, as opposed to something that he's building on or ending. And the moon there is conjunct Saturn, which is also retrograde, which would point to Uranus, and is showing that energy of redoing. And it's conjunct the moon in Capricorn. It's a very responsible sign. This is a sign where this man may feel as though he's responsible for the public, for taking care of the public, because Capricorn does like to take care, in some ways likes to take care of his or her children. And the moon, I was going to say something about this. The idea that Capricorn is also very ambitious. Saturn is in its home sign. It's Mars is exalted there, and he has Mars in its ruling sign, Aries, and that's making a square to that conjunction there in Capricorn as well. And the Jupiter, if we look at the sun, at least from my understanding, the phase of the sun will always start when we're looking at phases between the sun and Jupiter, we're always going to start with the sun. So that puts Jupiter and the sun in an opposition, and it's also in a full phase. And that means that what you see on TV, essentially what you see on TV, what the public sees and what he is teaching is really it's in that full phase. It's in it's coming to life in the present moment now. And that's really good for that Jupiter and for his success for what he's doing. And we can look at the south node of the moon to look at somewhere else where he's coming from, and it's in Pisces as well, with the sign that's ruled by Jupiter and Neptune. And Neptune is going to make a trine, 120 degree harmonious, the harmonious aspect to that south node. Giving more indication that he is this teacher, doctor. We could say doctor or teacher could be associated with Neptune. It's also making a loose sextile to that Jupiter, and the Jupiter is making a loose sextile to the south node there at 19 degrees. Well, actually that would be a square. A loose square to that Jupiter. Let's see. And I was going to say about this Pluto, if we look at his life, I believe it was probably right around the Pluto transit to this Jupiter where he really got started. That would have been 20 years ago, approximately 20 years ago. Maybe that's when he started to become more famous. And then definitely here during the Saturn moon. And now Pluto is here at 3 degrees Aquarius. Where it will soon make an opposition to this Uranus, and it's currently in a, looks like an exact inconjunct to Pluto. So maybe the reason I'm doing this video is I saw that something to do with politics. I know recently he got into politics, and maybe with this inconjunct there's a decision to be made on which direction he wants to go moving forward for the long term. So I'm going to leave it there for now, and that is Dr. Oz. Thanks for watching.